What is going on, people? It is your boy, Daddy Mac here. Welcome back to another team builder within Pokemon Sword and Shield. We're using Pokemon Showdown for our Pokemon team builders here. So this time around, we are building a team specifically around low-key Toxtricity. Toxtricity is honestly one of my favorite Pokemon in this generation. I honestly have not used them competitively yet. Of course, if you guys have been watching, you guys completely know that. Also, Pokemon, I just want to touch bases on this just a little bit. So Pokemon Home came out not too long ago. Well, by the time you guys are watching this video, it's been some time, about a week, yeah, about a week or two. Now, when it comes to Pokemon Home, one of the things that you guys will see throughout my videos is I'm not going to use a lot of the Pokemon available through Pokemon Home right away. In fact, one of the things I want to do is just focus on building some teams that are built around the Pokedex within the Galar region in particular, and then from there we'll expand just a little bit and go on to what else is available through Pokemon Home, especially with DLC coming up here soon. Well, not necessarily soon, but here within the next couple of months, we'll have a lot of Pokemon that are available to us, and we'll start using those Pokemon as well within our teams. But this team in particular, just to get back on track here, is a team I've been working on for quite some time, and this is a team I've been wanting to use for quite some time. I actually started building a team around these three, and then just added the rest of the three in addition to that. So we're going to go ahead and start from right to left, just like we always do, explain the team a little bit more in depth, and just ignore these. I was just doing a little bit of research to see what strategies I can implement on my own. Now, with that, check this one out. So our first Pokemon, starting from the right, by the way, we are going to use a Dusk Ball throughout this video here. So, with that, we got a Siligif, Generation 5 Pokemon. I know the stats aren't the greatest. If you look at its base stats, nothing to really keep your eye on, and I just messed up the EV spread. So it's going to be a timid nature with 252 speed, 252 special attack, and I think the rest were on special defense if I'm remembering this correctly. So the purpose of the Sigilyph in this team is a little bit of a support. So if you see, I have the Focus Sash within it. I have a Wonder Skin. Probably should go with Magic Guard, though I do think the one I have is Wonder Skin. I'll have to double check. For right now, we'll go ahead and just keep it with Wonder Skin. So the purpose of this Sigilyph here is Thunder Wave and get the heck out of here. I probably do want to add Defog, but one of the things I also want to do, since this team is in desperate need of a special attacker, I mean, I only got Toxtricity within the team. Siligif is going to do a little bit of a support role, and at the same time hit the role of an attacker. So we got Side Shock, Energy Ball, Heat Wave, and Thunder Wave. We're going to be spamming a lot of Thunder Wave within our battles. These three are just coverage purpose moves. So we'll move on to the second Pokemon. We got Conkeldurr. Nothing too new here. If you guys look at my EV spread, it's pretty much similar to what is used in previous generations. It's a bulky physical sweeper, although my EVs are a little bit different than this. Now, we're maxing out the attack output as much as we could. We got Guts, because one of the things I want to try to implement is make predictions. Let's say, for example, and I know I've tried to predict Pokemon we're going to battle in the future. Never works out, obviously, but let's just say that we run into somebody who can hit me with a paralysis, a burn, whatever the case may be. I'll be able to hit him with the Guts. It's gonna pretty much increase my attack by +1, and this Pokemon right here is gonna do some damage. So we have Assault Vest, so we can tank as much as we can of his special attacks. I know I don't have a whole lot of investment when it comes to the special defense, but the HP bulk should do enough to offset it. We got Earthquake, Stone Edge for damage, Ice Punch for coverage, Hammer Arm. The reason I'm running Hammer Arm and not Superpower, or if you see Close Combat, or you know another attacking move, probably do want to run Drain Punch or Longevity. However, Hammer Arm is going to hit like a truck. I don't mind my speed being lowered because we're already extremely slow, so Hammer Arm is there for that exact purpose. Just drop the hammer on a Pokemon and try to take the souls with it. So there's the basic Conch Elder there. The third Pokemon in our team is a little bit of a wall. As you can see here, we got a Runerigus. I think that's how you spell it. I usually say Runerigus, but obviously it is incorrect. We got Runerigus. So Runerigus is a Generation 8 Pokemon, the evolution to Galarian Yamask. And Wandering Spirit is exactly what Mummy does. So if we're gonna be hit with a physical move, this is extremely helpful with, let's say, Diggersby or however the case may be. Just switches the ability from huge power to Wandering Spirit, and that's gonna neutralize a lot of Pokemon. At least I feel like. So on my Runerigus, I need to get used to saying Runerigus, is Stealth Rock for obvious reasons. Nightshade, 50 damage all the time, is really slept on. Corsola actually uses a similar strategy to this, though it uses Nightshade, Will-O-Wisp, Drain Sap. Corsola is obviously more of a wall than Runerigus is, but Runerigus does a really good job in my opinion as well. So we got Will-O-Wisp to try to implement the attack drop on as much as physical sweepers as we can. If you guys watched one of my previous videos when we showcased Dreadnought, spoiler alert, Weezing is extremely good when it uses Will-O-Wisp. I'm hoping the exact same results from Runerigus here. Santom, really good because it traps and damages the target for 4 to 5 turns. We already saw that I tried to implement that with an Anchor Shot. Didn't really work out, unfortunately. But Santom is for that purpose. Let's say my opponent has a Pokemon that's a little bit threatening, or a wall, or whatever the case may be. Just bring in a Santom, sit up on it, and just start sweeping from there. I don't think I have an extreme sweeper. One of the things I was looking at on Toxtricity is that I think it's I don't remember what not the low key form, but the other one. I think it's, I'm just not gonna guess what the form is called, but it has Shift Gear. I thought I can pass on Toxtricity to Shift Gear and go from there, but not necessarily possible without a mint, and I'm not about to go and grind for a mint when it comes to that there. So that's basically the purpose of our Runerigus here. We got a Barraskewda, extremely powerful Pokemon in terms of attack and speed. Very frail, but it dishes out some damage. We do have a Propeller Tail Pokemon. Ignores the effects of opposing Pokemon's moves, abilities that redirect move targets. So, for example, if we have someone who has Water Absorb, throw that out the window. If we have somebody who has Storm Drain, throw that out the window. Barraskewda is going to do some damage, and I'm hoping that Liquidation is just going to pile up, and eventually, we will take Pokemon out that way. So that attack stat is extremely good. I do think it is higher than that of Staraptor. Let's just double check, because in the Pokemon Omega Ruby Sapphire and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire days, I actually got a sweep going with a Choice Band Staraptor, so I'm hoping a little bit for the same results. Now, where are the stats? Oh, it's all the way at the bottom, I believe. So, base stats 120. Yeah, we can actually look to accomplish a similar goal as long as we get the Stealth Rock damage accumulation and, whatever the case may be, any residual damage from, let's say, Sand Tomb, or just damage that we dish out to opponent's Pokemon. We should be good to go when it comes to that there. Next, we have an Obstagoon. Obstagoon is a brand new Pokemon as well. It evolves from Linoon, and this Pokemon is really interesting to me. It has, nope, we don't want Reckless, we actually want Guts. So Guts, similar to Conch Elder here. Now, in this particular case here, we have a Flame Orb, and one of the things I'm going to try not to do is be predictable when it comes to the Obstagoon. So, if I switch Obstagoon in, just predict the switch, go for an attacking move, and go from there. That's actually one of the things I can capitalize on. Back in the day, I actually used a speed boost Scolipede, and instead of running Protect, I used Swords Dance. Swords Dance found my opponent get a +1 and get a sweep going that way. So, you know, that's one of the things I'm going to try to implement with Obstagoon here. I know the attack stat is not the best when it comes to it, but hopefully the Guts ability will offset that attack output. So we'll see how that treats us there. So we got a double edge for maximum damage on stab. Close combat for fighting coverage. I know we already got from Kelder, but doesn't hurt at all. We got a throat chop for users who use sound-based moves, so we're gonna start seeing Primarina, I bet. We're going to start seeing Sylveon a little bit more, you know, Pokemon of that nature. Obstruct doesn't even need an explanation. And -2 defense. That is pretty dirty itself, so that's going to be really, really useful. Hopefully we can outspeed a couple Pokemon and go from there as well. And last but not least, our signature Pokemon, the Gigantamax Toxtricity. First and foremost, this Pokemon is pretty frail and a little bit on the slower side, and if you can see, most of that my team is, with the current meta, it's not the fastest. So one of the things I'm hoping to do is try to use so these two Pokemon are the core of my entire team. So getting either Will-O-Wisp or even Thunder Waving some Pokemon. I didn't know for our first move what to implement. We do have a Nuzzle to try to, you know, paralyze and slow down a couple Pokemon as we go. Maybe a Toxic would be a good move as well, but I'm not, you know, I was a little bit disappointed when I learned that this Pokemon gets Magnetic Flux instead of the Shift Gear. It's a very interesting concept that they did that. And at one point, I'm going to be honest, I did consider running Scary Face to drop my opponent's speed upon the switch in, but I honestly don't know what this move is going to be. But I'm going to try to use Nuzzle. Obviously, if it comes to the video itself and I change that, you guys will see that and I will let you guys know. But there you have it. So we got a Sludge Wave for stab, 95 base power, which is not bad at all. Boom Burst with Punk Rock. It basically makes Boom Burst stab, almost. So boost down base move power to 0.5% damage from sound move. So Boom Burst is going to do a lot of damage. So let's pull up a calculator just so you guys can see what that damage looks like. So we got 120 times 0.5. Oh, I did plus 0.5. My apologies. 120 times 0.5 plus 120. 180 right there. That's some huge damage when it comes to Boom Burst. So let's say my opponent has something that resists either my Overdrive or my Sludge Wave. Here comes the Boom Burst. That'll do some damage there. Come to think of it, I kind of want to do the Hex. Go not there. So Boom Burst. Ooh, what am I doing? I'm just fat fingering my keyboard. So when it comes to the Boom Burst here and the Hex on the Nuzzle, that's going to do some damage, considering now that I think of it, we got the Sigilyph and the Arunaregus core that should help us out, pull off some Hex and do some damage. So 65 times 2, I believe it's I can be wrong. It's 110? No, because 130 maybe. Let's get a calculator. I'm not really good when it comes to my math off the top of my head. So 65 times 2, 130. So that's our Toxtricity is meant to hit pretty hard, and hopefully we can get some we can outspeed some Pokemon with the Thunder Wave and take some hits with the Will-O-Wisp here. So there you have it. This is our Gigantamax Toxtricity team. If you guys feel like this team is going to be successful, feel free to let me know down below. Let me repeat that. So if you guys feel like this team is going to be successful, let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you feel like this team is going to excel, and even if it's not going to excel, leave a like. Let me know what your thoughts are about the team, and make sure to subscribe. These Pokemon battles, they're getting extremely intense. I am getting into it, and it's amazing because we're going to start seeing a lot more Pokemon from the Pokemon home. So it's definitely something to look forward to, in my opinion, at least. So thank you guys again for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys on Friday. You guys have a great week.